Hey, that track was nice.
Thank you.
Track was nice.
Thank you very much.
What was that?
That's gonna be on my new up and coming project that I got coming out this year. Hopefully, I'll be done with everything this year, and I'll be able to release it in December.
Yes, sir.
But that's just a little preview of what I got coming.
Hey, that was nice. Hey, cheers to that.
Absolutely.
Cheers to that, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Hey. Hey, man, it's our second episode, man. It's our second episode. Our second one. Hey, first off, we'd like to thank all the subscribers of the ones that did subscribe for the first video.
Absolutely.
The ones that hit that like button.
Appreciate y'all.
We're just three guys in chairs that just want to speak our truth to you guys and give you more information about who we are.
But do we want to give them information on who we are, or do we want to keep it a G14 classified? Like, how do y'all really feel about like y'all stuff being out there? Are y'all comfortable with y'all stuff being out there if stuff was to get out? Like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking.
I mean, we live in a era of social media and everything's out there. It's not like there's anything to hide, right? I mean, you take one photo, it hits the internet, it's there for the rest
Forever.
Like, I mean, I know if I Google search my name, it shows all my bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you really can't hide from anything.
No, I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about like the stuff like you can't put on a picture or the stuff you can't put on the web. Like if they find that stuff out, how would you feel about that?
Hey, you know what? I really want them to know. I really do not care because people are curious, and when let me speak for myself. When an individual is so comfortable, you don't care. I want them to know everything about me, who I am. This is who I am. This is who I am.
So that you mean to tell me there's nothing that you don't want nobody to know, like literally nothing?
I don't care. If you find out about it and if you ask me about it, I'm going to clarify yes or no. I'm going to be honest whether you like it or not. You know, I'm going to be open. I'm going to be transparent. I don't care.
Fuck that.
I don't care. I don't care. I mean, there's certain things about your life, of course, we keep private, you know, but what you put out there is really up to you. I mean, the internet is big, it's huge. So anything you put on there is forever, you know. But I'm very transparent about being in a wheelchair. You know,
yeah, well, that is.
I'm very transparent
Well, if it's
about
wheelchair stuff, yeah, I mean,
Of course
I
that.
think that's why we probably got injured, because this is our purpose to.
And that's, you know, that's definitely the topic today. You know,
Wheelchair shit?
yeah, wheelchair things. You know,
shit.
like dating,
Bring my leg.
life. What is life?
Is that somebody asked another person in the chair? That
Yeah.
Just how is it like?
What is life now? Being in a wheelchair. How is it now being in a wheelchair versus how it was? What is life for us now? Now that we are in the wheelchair, and people are curious. You know, it's actually wheelchair people. You know, that ask this question. Then you also have individuals that are able-bodied that ask the same question. How is life now that we're in a wheelchair? How is life for you guys in a wheelchair now?
Oh, yeah, I can both look at me.
How is dating for you now?
Oh, we're specifically
Dating.
talking about dating.
How is dating? How is dating for you now in a wheelchair?
I mean, I'm 39 now, and in my 20s, it was I was just exploring my new body. You know, I didn't know what to expect, but I'll tell you this: I probably have had the best experiences dating, being in a chair than before.
You have had to date.
Just the experiences I've had, the involvements I've been with. It's been, I guess, I've had more fun. But again, I got injured when I was 22, so I mean that was still kind of, I was 18 a few years ago. So you know, when I first got hurt, I already thought I was an adult. But now that I'm 39, I was like, I didn't really get to live much of my adult life, having the use of my legs, I lived most of my young adult life being in a chair. So that's, now that I think about it, like that was my experience. Like, you know, I got most of my experience just being in a chair. So I guess I'd have to say that, yeah, I've had a better experience with the dating world and when I was paralyzed than before. Yeah.
You have more experience now than what you did then because you were younger.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. And I used to always think that, you know, that being in a chair was going to be an excuse, but honestly, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I never used that being in a wheelchair is why I didn't get dates or women that look at me. I honestly thought that sometimes it worked to my advantage.
Yeah. In what ways?
Yeah.
Because I can.
That was going to be my next
I'm
question.
sure when you first, like, okay, for example, like, and I don't know why this happens, like, you know, like I got hurt I got injured when I was 22.
Yeah.
So I was still in the whole going out to clubs and still, you know, at an early, I don't do that much anymore.
Yeah.
At my age, but at that time, 22, what do you do when you're a 22-year-old? Or, you know, you go out to clubs, you know, all these things. And what I've noticed is that when I would go out to clubs is that, you know, random women would just sit on my lap. You know, and I'm sure you experience that. I'm sure you experience that. I don't know why it happens.
Hey,
they feed
I
her.
really don't.
They just see us and just like, oh,
you know,
there's another seat.
Probably one of my thought process for it is this is just what I think is because we look harmless, right?
Yeah.
Like we're in a chair. Like, what are we gonna do? Like we're harmless. Like, what are we gonna do? Chase you? Like, you know, like. We're harmless. Like, so I think like that environment we provide of just like, oh, this dude ain't gonna do shit. Like, you know,
you think
I feel like, okay, they may have more, they feel that maybe they have more control because again, like we look harmless because being in a chair where again, that's just how I thought about it when I was younger.
Now, are you talking about men or women when you say we look harmless? Who do we look harmless to?
I'm just speaking as a guy, like to women.
Gotcha.
You know, when you see somebody in a chair, it's like, you know, just automatically seeing somebody in a chair, it's like, oh, the perception is like, oh, he's probably not going to be aggressive or whatever. Like, I could control this situation, so I'm just going to sit on his lap.
Yeah.
And
basically, what is he going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's he going to do?
Yeah. I think women they look at us and that too on top of.
And maybe the nurturing part.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. The nurturing side.
Yeah.
Because women are they're nurturers, you know. It's a natural instinct for them. They're nurturers, you know. So I would say that. For me in the beginning, it was difficult for me. It was difficult for me in the beginning, you know, as far as dating. You know, you know, most people might disagree, but it was difficult being 22, you know, being paralyzed, a ball player.
Right.
And the most difficult thing for me, I'm gonna be honest, at 22 was the sex part. I couldn't fuck. For me personally, there was no sex involved because when you damage those nerves, it affects everything. Mm-hmm. You know, so you know, you kind of feel like your masculinity is on hold, on a back street, on pause. That's how manhood is. Like, if a woman can't have a child for a husband or a spouse, she feels less of a woman, from what I know. But I felt it was difficult for me, you know, in the beginning. Like, okay, how are you going to deal with this?
It was difficult for all of us trying to explore, like
trying to figure it out.
How are we going to work around this?
What do you do at 22 when you can't have sex? What can you do for a woman? Because for me at that time, it was just sex. That's all it was. That's all I knew. But as I got older, and then, you know, of course, you know, as you learn your body, okay, then you can have the ability to have sex again. Mm-hmm. You know, now you can't feel it, but you can have sex, but you can't feel it. So now it's more of a mental stimulation than anything.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
And your body also goes through changes throughout the years. You know, with regards to your function, what you can do. Like the first few years, you're like, you know, your body's all out of whack. And then a couple years down the line, you're noticing, oh, okay, this is happening. So it's just.
It's the learning process.
Yeah.
It's the learning process.
And your body makes physical changes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I notice every 2-3 years my body changes in some type of way. You know, it was difficult, but then it became easier once you
Figured it out.
became comfortable with yourself and who you are, and you know what, it's more to it than just sex, but sex does play a role. Once you regain that, you know, it feels like your masculinity is kind of back to what it should be. Now I got to figure out the mental,
Right.
because just because we can have sex now doesn't mean that everything is okay, you know. So it just depends on the person, you know. How was sex for you?
Man, for me, I guess it was way different for me because of the age that I had my injury. Because I had my injury at 30.
30?
Yeah, 30. I was 30.
So you got to experience all your 20s having your legs.
Yeah, so it was a little different because the way I looked at it was I was so focused on the mental that I really didn't give too much thought into the other stuff because, again, I was 30, so I kind of pretty much did
A lot.
I didn't,
A lot.
Excuse my French, but I kind of fucked a lot.
Yeah.
Then, you know, the sex aspect wasn't a huge big deal, but I did, like, low key, like, I was just like, man, so, like, is it, like, what I'm gonna be able to do?
Yeah, what's next?
You know, so, and the doctor was just like, yo, well, were you able to still get an erection while you were in the hospital? It's like, yeah, motherfucker hard right now. Like,
Yeah.
is it gonna always be like that? He was like, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
this is exactly what he said. Your body's gonna go through the seesaw phase.
That's what I went through.
Yeah, ups and
And
downs.
that's what he said. I was like, the seesaw phase? He was like, yeah, you're going to be up right now. He said, but prepare mentally for the down moments.
Yeah, that's why
And ever since he said that,
Yeah, it
that's,
stuck with you.
That's literally what I've been doing mentally, like making sure my mental was intact. Like, honestly, I wasn't thinking about dating.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about, like, having sex right away, even though I did have sex in the hospital. But, like, after I got out the hospital, I wasn't really focused on, like,
You did that too?
oh, I was fucking in the hospital like motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
That's
I just
another
was-
topic.
Yeah, it is. It's
another
a long.
topic.
That's a
Another
long one.
topic.
That's a long. We'll get there.
Because we can get into that, boy.
We'll get there.
Yes, Lord.
But that's where my focus was mainly was on my mental. 'Cause-
Yeah. And you were 32, so your
Yeah.
mentality is a little different.
Yeah.
You know, and at 22, Duffo, you 22 or 23?
22. That's
22.
what I heard, yeah.
We were 22, so it was sports and women. For you were already slightly past that. You know,
So,
slightly past that.
don't get me wrong. I did think like
Yeah.
you know, kid wise.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
he told me.
It was the same way for me too as well.
Yeah, so.
I was still getting erections in the hospital, and
Yeah.
I couldn't understand it. They'll
was
come and
crazy.
want a cath, and all of a sudden my shit is up, and I
Yeah.
didn't know that it was up. You know, until the doctor told me.
That was the
He
same
straight
with me.
asked me. I was like, Doc,
I would
is
take
this
a
going to
shower
happen?
and-
He was like, Nah, this is it. This
The
is
only
what it is.
way I knew, because I was strapped to the bed, they wouldn't let me like sit up or nothing. So the only way I knew like it was hard was when it came time for me to, I guess, do the bathing.
Yep.
She was like, I need you to calm down. I'm like, I'm like, lady, I'm laying here. Like, how more calm
How you want me to be
do
calm?
you want me to be? Then it dawned on me. She's like, she was pointing down there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't control that. Like,
It just
what do
happens.
you want me to do?
Yeah, man.
But
She's like,
she,
oh, I
she
forgot.
should know that.
she said, oh, I forgot.
She knows that. She
You
just-
knew that. Like, I'll play the game with you. It's okay.
So
Come on, you work in that rehab medical.
You know, I knew
specifically
exactly.
STI
I knew
rehab.
exactly
Like, you
what she
know
was
what
doing.
this-
So that's why I was like,
Fuck out of here with that.
what can I do about it?
Yeah.
What do you want to do something about it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So when you guys, so everyone in here is dating, right? At this moment, is everyone in here dating?
In the dating scene, yes.
Yeah, like the dating scene. So
I guess I can say it since it's gonna be posted.
when you,
I'm just joking, by the way.
how do you tell if you're going on a date, or how do you deal with that situation on a first date? Like you're on a first date with a female. Do you go pick her up? Do you meet her there, or do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like you need to be out the car when you meet someone, or can you be at the light, or
It just depends, like how well you've known the person. If you just met them somewhere. I mean, sometimes if the situation calls for, I feel comfortable. Like, hey, if save us time, I'll pick you up. But if not, we could just meet there. You
Yeah.
know, if I really am unsure of where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, it just all depends on the situation, and I don't think it.
do you feel like you got to think about certain things before you do something?
Oh, for sure. You know, like
wheelchair
say,
or-
yeah, like, you know, got to make sure if wherever we're going, I got to make sure I can fit into that bathroom to take a piss, so I don't have to go to my car and open the door and do it. Like, you know, like you got to scout out everything. Like you got to, you know, you call ahead and you're like, hey, you guys have a wheelchair accessible bathroom, like, you know, because fuck. That shit is embarrassing. You piss yourself while you're on a date, bro. And it's happened. It's fucking happened, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. And, you know, you just got to do it. But, you know, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn.
And those are things that we go through.
You know, people don't realize that. Like, you know, like, you got to scout shit out, you know, because, again, like, you know, and there's times where you're mid-conversation on your date and you start feeling you got to piss, and you know, like you can't hold that shit, so you just got to cut. You say, "Excuse me, I gotta go," and you just leave.
Absolutely,
like
absolutely.
you know, it's just, and then you got to explain to them why you have to do that. It's just a lot of explaining, a lot of.
Hold on. So y'all leave and go to the restroom?
I'll let a motherfucker know.
I mean, if there's a bathroom to go to, like I'll go. Like,
absolutely.
but
Y'all make me feel like the worst person.
Yeah.
In the
What you
world,
mean?
man. I don't. I'll let them continue talking, and I'll just do
You
what I
just, you just
do.
piss right.
why you don't have? I mean, if you don't have time, then yeah.
It's not
but
even about time, bro. It's just like, man, I gotta roll all the way to the bathroom. It's if the conversation is, it's like if we vibing, I'm like, hey, let me just no, go ahead. I'm gonna just
And you know, these are the things that we have to deal with, and people. But again, it's up to us to communicate that, like, hey, this is my situation. Like, you know, there's times where, you know, like say I am with a female and she's a riding passenger,
Right.
And we're in the middle of the freeway, and I could feel like, oh shit, I gotta piss.
Yeah.
Like I can't hold that shit.
That was gonna be my next question.
So I have to pull over, and I just say, hey, this is my situation. Like I'm gonna piss myself if I don't do this now. So. You know, just go look away, and I'll turn the music up, and I'll calf.
turn the music up.
and you know, like, so you don't got to hear the crinkling and all that shit, you know. But
Oh,
again,
shit.
these are experiences that
That's funny.
I've had, and you know, I'm even amongst people, like even friends. Like I know, like I'm gonna be cool with you if you could deal with that. Like you know, like say, you know, like a friend, and you know, just riding shotgun. And I'll tell them like, hey, dude, I gotta go piss, and you know, like they know the situation, they're cool with it. You know, the reason is when they're not is then that's when you know, like, okay, like you and I don't need to be associated with each other anymore.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't understand.
Yeah.
And that's with anybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you told me that one story about you where, you know, she didn't want to touch your wheelchair because you know she didn't want to get dirty, so you just kind of left.
It was a done data.
Let me ask you this: how long do you wait before you try to smash, or do you try to smash on the first date?
It's the chemistry depends on the chemistry.
Is it chemistry?
If the chemistry is there,
But
we both want to. What up?
But once they ask that question already, because it always does, it always happens, right? They'll always say, hey, I need to ask you a question, don't be offended. And you already know that train's never late, right? They'll ask you, hey, how can you fuck? Like, you know, how do you get your, you know, they always ask you, right?
It depends.
Yeah. Like, that train's never late sometimes. And when they already ask you that, it's already in their mind that, okay, like, they've already thought about fucking you.
A woman knows if she's gonna give it up the first night or not. She knows. She knows before you know.
But regardless, I don't think that has anything to do with being in a chair or not being in a chair. I think it's just the chemistry, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like whether,
Yeah, chemistry is everything, man. If I don't put a time frame on things. If we're vibing, if the chemistry is good,
I try not to.
If we go there, then we go there. If we don't, then we don't.
I try not to use the chair as always an excuse for everything, right? Like, why this, why that? Because most of the time it isn't.
Yeah.
Damn, this is informational.
Yeah. I mean, so I got hurt 2005. B, you got hurt what?
08.
08?
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you
2016.
2016. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right, that's crazy.
Yep. Man.
Yeah.
So, man, it's like a. All right, cool. So, it's your first time about to smash the chick. What process do you take in getting to that level where you need to be to smash? Like, is there a certain type of like box you got to check, or is it like a mental thing, or is it just let me just go pop this pill, or is it like what is it? How
when
is
when
it?
I first got hurt, I didn't have access to all that stuff.
So what did you do?
So when I first had
You talking about the first time, or just now, in general?
After my injury. So the first time when I had sex after my injury, when I was paralyzed, I was still in that phase, the seesaw phase.
Okay.
I was still in the beginning phases where everything that hit my, my private, like, would get up. Like, I'd take a shower, water would hit it, it'd be up. Everything. I'd fucking, like, touch it, it'd be
private.
up. So,
My private.
I heard that term for so long.
Yeah, so when I had sex after while being paralyzed, it was able to get up. But then after that, there was a time when I thought that was gonna be the same. Like, oh, okay, cool. I was happy that I was like, okay, I don't need Viagra, I don't need shit. And then, but later down the line, I started noticing, like, oh shit, like,
yeah, your body changed.
Shit is not happening. It's not up.
Yeah.
So like, fuck. I guess let me just eat pussy right now. Like, it's just, and that's kind of.
Do you find yourself eating a little bit more than normal than what you normally would?
You kind of learn to embrace it, like you do, because again, you go with what your strengths are, right? Like for that time, there's a time frame where I didn't have access to Cialis, Viagra, like I was still in this space of learning the Medicare system or where to get it, like I wasn't a bodybuilder yet, so I didn't know where to get all these good, cool stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part about all of this, man.
So there was a phase where, bro, I couldn't get my shit up because I had no access to anything. So I was just eating pussy all the time. That's because that's all I could do.
Yeah.
You felt like you got better at that because that's all you had to do?
Yeah.
So
and again, like
you're a pro now.
when you lose
you're a pro now.
I would say so.
All right, wait. Answer this question then. How long does it when you're down there doing your thing? How long do it take for her to come?
I mean, it depends. There's some where it could take 15, 20 minutes, and there's some I got to be down there for like 35 minutes.
Fuck. That was awesome, B.
What?
That was awesome. Damn.
But like, like when you lose the sense of losing the feeling in your dick, like like you realize how strong that sensation is. It makes a lot of your decisions.
Yeah.
When it's in the heat of the moment. But when that's taken away, you learn to feel other things that you enjoy. Like, oh, this actually feels good. That feels good.
Yeah.
And I guess your hands and your tongue compensate for what you can't feel down there anymore. So those,
if you're not mentally connected if you're not mentally connected with it, if you're not connected with that person.
Yeah, and so that's how you kind of connect, because everything's mental now, right? Like it feels like I always got blue balls. Like I'm never relieved. Like I'm always like there's never like a relief.
Ejaculation.
I'm gonna go to sleep and turn around and go to sleep.
I get you.
Like it's always you're always horny. Like it never ends. Like and it's just, and that's the frustrating part.
You're
sometimes.
always horny mentally.
Yeah. Like it never ends. That's that's the only frustrating part.
So have you guys ever encountered, speaking upon, I'm just piggybacking off of what you were saying. You say you always horny. Say you're intimate, and intimacy is to know, not nothing sexual, but just say sexual intimacy.
Okay.
You're sexually intimate with your partner, and you're doing your thing, and she's becoming aroused and making a lot of noise. You ever have moments where you're like, you just clocked out, you just checked out, just like, I don't even want this no more. You have those moments. Mm-hmm. I'm good, because you're not feeling anything.
Yeah. But is that due to the communication, like the
no, it's not.
Vibe
sometimes it's mental fatigue.
It's exactly mental fatigue. You just
from the frustration of you not being able
absolutely. Do you know how to switch that right back on when you get turned off? Like you're not mentally there. Like, you know what? You check yourself mentally and step out of that and get back into chemistry with her. Yep. You know how to do those things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me it happens like it's you're in your head.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, man. Like, like you and I have had conversations about this before, where there are times where like you wish you could just feel it. Like you just like, fuck, it's so frustrating sometimes. Like, damn, like you see it but you can't feel it.
Yeah.
But you wish you can. And so everything has to, like we already know that everything has to be in the mind. Everything has to be mental.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta just really arouse yourself mentally. But like you said, there's times where you just, God, man, it's just, you just don't want to do it.
Yeah, it becomes frustrating.
But
Boy.
Everything is mental for us now, man. Everything is more mental.
you know, like
I have to really have that mental chemistry with the person.
Like for me, like where it starts is the initial, like texting, talking on the phone, the flirting, the whole thing. That's where it builds up, and then once the physical happens, like it's like okay, like what excites me is the whole build up to it.
Yeah.
You know, like the texting, the talking, the dating, the flirting, the giggling, all that, the slight touches, all that, the foreplay, and then once it's there, it's just like okay.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
How long does your foreplay last? Like when you doing foreplay, how long does that last?
No, I mean, because that's the senses when we're having foreplay. Like those are we get to use a lot of our senses that we can feel, right? Hands, lips, everything, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it lasts a long time because I can feel those
what's
things.
What's long to
You
you?
know, like it could go for like 30, 40 minutes.
Oh shit.
You know, like because these are senses I could feel, so I want to stay in that. I want to stay in that zone.
And that's how
because
it
it's what I
should
can
be.
feel.
A woman wants that regardless.
You know,
That's
like
how it should be.
you know, like once I pull down my pants and it's there, but it's like I don't feel it. Like it's just like I'm just go along with it. Like yeah. And,
Hey, you ready? Nope. Well, okay.
you know, it's like bro, like
Yeah, man.
you know, it's like if you could mentally check out, if you don't, you have to put in an effort to be into it.
Yeah.
Like you really got to be connected, intimate, and turned on because, like, if you like check out that, like you said, if you check out that zone, it's whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's just somebody, yeah, like, just,
Wheelchair shit. Thank you. You're far too kind.
Round of
You're
applause.
far too kind. Thank you.
Baby made that ass clap. Hey, but I mean, it's dating. Do you really find it more difficult now, or is it a little more easier? I think it's more easier. Me personally, us as men being in wheelchairs and women being nurturers, and they see us, we're 3 attractive guys, we're all bodybuilders, we're staying in shape, we upkeep ourselves, and the women see us and just automatically want to just gravitate towards us. I think me personally, it's easier now.
it's because we were just talking about this, you and I, Leo, because of the acting, right? They, when you're in a wheelchair, there's a perception they expect to see, right? Like when you said, like, you don't look disabled enough. Like, so most people's perception of individuals in chairs, since we're talking about us, about men in chairs, is they don't look like how you look, or I look.
Yeah.
You know, another perception, the perception that people see as somebody in a wheelchair is somebody that is weak.
Yeah.
You know, like their mannerisms, their posture, you know, but you look at us, it's just like, I mean, I know I've gotten it a few times. I know you've gotten it a couple times where people have accused you of pretending to be in a wheelchair. Remember you told me one time you and Matt were going out and somebody, a woman came up to you guys and said that, he said, hey, are you guys just, you know, like doing this thing to get women, right?
Yeah.
Pretending to be in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Because again, we don't look the part.
Yeah.
And I think that's why for us, like, maybe that's why it's not hard for us.
Do you feel as if it's easier to approach women, or is it a little more difficult? I feel like it's me. I
think it's the same. It's the same when I was an able body. You know, there's still that. You know, like you still have your insecurities regardless of whether you're in a chair or not.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's total opposite for me. It's more fun. It's more exciting.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before I knew what to expect.
Yeah.
But now it's like you literally don't know what to expect, and that's kind of what makes it exciting and fun and organic, because you don't know if they're gonna accept it or not accept it or try to be nice or just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. Like, you don't know what to expect unless you actually go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say, like, for me, like, insecurity is not a thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, before I didn't care before, and I really don't give a shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more like a.
See, that's one thing. That's one thing I wish I had a trait I had, like not truly not giving a fuck.
What can you change about it?
Huh?
What can you change
Nothing.
about it? So I give a fuck about
exactly.
it. And that's just how I look at it. Like, if I can change it, if we could feel our dick right now, will we feel it? If we could change that, will we feel it? Will we change it?
If we could change it, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we know we can't, right?
Yeah.
So why even worry about it? And that's just kind of the mentality that I've been carrying with this whole situation. Like, it is what it is. Either they gonna fuck with me or they not gonna fuck with me. If they don't fuck with me, they lost. If they do fuck with me, we about to have some fucking fun. And that's just how I look at it. So it's fun for me.
Hey, women love us regardless.
You know, it's fun for me.
Like,
You know, I might have my little moments where I'm like,
no matter
nervous.
no matter what, the confidence has to stay on 10.
Hell yeah.
No matter what.
So we had this conversation on Friday in the gym, and it was a whole big sex talk and how you have sex and how we do it, what we do, and the topic got on eating ass. So I'm gonna.
I already Bro, like, why you eat the ass when the pussy's right there? Like, why?
Why wouldn't you eat it though?
I aim to please
Like,
my
I mean,
partner.
you'll probably it'll be a miss.
No. Why wouldn't you eat it?
I don't know, because that's where.
You ain't,
Have you
so
ever tried it?
You ain't never ate
You
ass
never
before.
ate ass before.
I mean,
Never.
I'm sure my tongue
no,
slid
no,
down there while I was, but I didn't.
no.
I'm not intentionally
You didn't
going for that.
voluntarily go for it and do it. Why not?
Never.
Because the pussy's right there.
So you mean to tell me you down there and you just gonna leave it left out?
Eat that bitch with a spoon.
I mean,
Not at all.
I like eating pussy. Like
Oh man.
It's all connected. You know, like, it's a whole for a reason.
Would you let her do you?
No.
Would you
I
let her
can't
do
feel
you?
it. So no, I don't want anybody.
But if you
even
could,
if I
you
can't
would.
feel it, I don't want anybody like playing around my butthole.
Yeah. My butthole.
Like even though I can't feel it, yeah, I'm paralyzed, but I just
So when you
don't
could,
want anybody
when you
playing around
could
there.
feel it, was it like a thought? Like, I wonder how this will feel.
Nah, like I wouldn't want anybody playing or feathering or anywhere down there.
No?
Yeah, like
What's
my balls
feather-
and my dick are right there, so
What's
just
feathering?
take care of that.
What is feathering?
Like whatever, like that. None of that, man. Nah, man.
So you're not licking the ass, and you don't want your ass
Look,
licked.
if she wanted me to and that was her thing, like, yeah, why not? But for me personally, like, if I don't have to, like, nah, the pussy's right there. I'm
So
gonna eat
basically,
pussy.
okay, so you this is what you just said. So okay, so the next time you get in sexually active, you're gonna try it, basically, right?
If she wants me to,
No,
yeah. I would.
no, just do it. Don't if she want me to. You're already down there. You already down there.
Why? All right.
You're already down there.
I'll do that next time.
You probably licked it and didn't know you licked it.
I'm pretty sure I did. I just did. You know, it wasn't my intention.
Watch when you do it. Watch how crazy she go.
Hey,
Watch.
you can't be eating everybody's ass though.
No, I'm not talking about just go around walking, hey, let me eat your ass. I ain't saying that. I'm talking about the person you've been dealing with, that you've been rocking with.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm licking that ass. I'm eating
Listen,
it.
I'm aiming
sticking my
to
tongue in it. I'm doing it all,
please.
player. That's for real. I'm aiming to please. I'm about to give you everything I got.
Fellatio.
What about toes? Y'all licking toes? You sucking toes?
Of course.
If it's painted and it's clean. Yeah.
You got a lot of rules, brother.
If it's painted, like, it's well groomed, yeah.
Okay,
why
so
not?
what color it is so you can lick them? Do the color matter?
Like lime green seems pretty cool. Lime green, you could do lime green, purple.
Ladies,
if it ain't lime green, you ain't fucking with
this is dating a guy in a wheelchair.
So,
this is
hey,
dating a guy in a
If
wheelchair.
it's not lime green, you're not licking them?
Nah, I mean, if it's just painted, I just like
Lime green.
it has to be like, you know, like when there's no like
Cuticles.
like when there's no color in there, you could see like, you know, the little like, you know, maybe she was like running around fucking the concrete with her, you know, with her feet all day. Like,
Okay, so look, what if she do got a pedicure, but she just don't have no polish on them?
that's fine.
Does that matter?
Yeah,
Polish them full.
That's fine.
Okay.
Put in the tub, rub a little feet, polish them full.
Huh?
Polish them for.
Polishing what?
Polish them for her. You know,
I mean, if
He's
somebody,
still like,
if somebody taught me how, yeah, I'd do it.
put it in the tub, you know, rub it down.
Man.
Give it a little bath rub.
I mean, that's a
little
skill
fruits
set
in
I'd
that
like to
bitch.
learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a skill set I'd like to learn.
Yeah, man.
Dolphin said he ain't
Just like
licking
we
it.
like to be pampered, a woman loves to be pampered too as well.
He said he ain't licking no ass. He ain't fucking with it.
Shit, my old lady, she getting all that.
He said, my old lady, she getting all that.
She getting all that.
She getting that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, but dating us ain't, you know, it's easy, man. It's the confidence. It boils down to the confidence. If you have the confidence, if you know who you are, if you accept who you are, if you accept the situation, it becomes easy. It becomes easy. I don't find it difficult. It was difficult in the beginning, but after I got over that hump, you know, and gained
I think
my
you just,
masculinity, and things became a lot easier.
I think you just got to find your strengths. You got to know what works for you. Like you got to kind of have your blueprint of how you approach things, and everybody's different, you know. And definitely being like, again, just for me personally, being in a chair, being paralyzed, definitely created a lot of insecurities for me.
Yeah.
You know, and these are insecure. However, these are insecurities like I faced that I didn't try to hide them, or, you know, I sort of harnessed them. I faced them, you know, and, you know, we all have insecurities. It's just a matter of how you
Deal with
how you regulate them, how you harness them and use them for your benefit.
Absolutely.
And once you are able to do that, I you know, for, you know, guys and gals out there in chairs that, you know, are dealing with that, you know, it's a matter of embracing it and realizing it, and then now, okay, what are my strengths? What are things that I can do, you know, or things that I can improve and work on and be better at.
Yeah.
So
We all have them.
yeah,
We all have them.
you know.
We all have them.
So is that a yes, I'm going to eat the ass tonight? Or no? Oh, no. Still there. Sorry. I don't mean to
She's a runner. She's a track
keep
star.
bringing that up. But, you know,
He eating ass tonight.
hey,
He eating ass tonight.
you got to try it, man.
He eating ass tonight.
Gotta try it. Don't knock it till you try it. You might even like it. When she see how crazy she gonna go. Like, damn, I can make her come. Like, oh. And you gotta lick it, then you gotta stick your finger in it. You gotta like roll.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
gonna
but
start
that's the
grabbing the
thing for
sheets
us
and
in
pulling and
chairs, right?
moving.
Like, since we can't,
You start exploring everything else.
since we can't like climax, or we can't bust a nut, like
we get climax off of the female.
we get joy out of
Pleasing your partner.
our partners.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, I know I do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's, since I can't, you know, like, I enjoy that you're enjoying it. So
Yeah. Absolutely.
What part of her body do you like the most? Like you just,
you know, I always thought I was an ass man, but when I backtrack of the involvements I've been, like, I guess I'm a titty man.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it all.
This motherfucker. I like it all.
I like it all.
I like it all. Give it all to me.
I like it all.
Calves kind of turn me on too.
You know what's funny? Like,
Calves.
Oh, nigga, I thought you
Calves?
said cats. I'm like, what?
cats.
Nah, calves. Calves.
Oh, okay.
Calves.
You know-
calves.
Make sure you say the F.
You know me personally, I've dated several women. Whatever she has, I fall in love with that. If she has more of legs, I fall in love with it. If she has more breasts, I fall in love with it. If she has more ass, I fall in love with that. Because I fall in love with the person. So that's why I say
I can dig
everything.
that, yeah.
I say everything. You know, whatever she has, I start to dig her. So, all right, you come with titties, cool. You come with ass, cool. You come with legs, cool. You come with the full package, cool.
You come with nothing, then what?
then shit, you put on all fours, that ass gonna spread regardless. It's
Hello.
gonna look like it's something back there.
Hello. So are you willing to? Ooh, that's a loaded question. So let's just say she got one thing and she ain't got the other. Are you willing to help her get it? Or do you feel like you have the time to help her get it? Or you like, F it?
You asking me like as a personal trainer?
No, as a spouse, as a person you're interested
No,
in.
like, what do you mean? Like a physical body part?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, in general, like, dang, I'm rocking with you. Like, I like this, but this needs some work. Like, are you willing to help her work on that? Like, do you feel you have the time to help somebody grow?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We in this together.
Of course.
It takes two to tangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would like her to do the same, right?
Yeah, it takes two to tangle.
So I was like, all right, then help me work
And
on it.
no one's perfect. We're all flawed, but if it's things that we can work on, that just comes with the dynamics of the relationship. If it's things that we can work on together, if I can help you in certain areas because I'm flawed, it's gonna be things I'm gonna need you to help me with. Women can give things that we just can't give as men. Women just got this essence of them. Without them, we ain't shit. But if my partner is lacking something and she's willing, absolutely. Absolutely. But you have to be willing.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the benediction. Like they do it in church. Will there be one? Doors of the church is open.
Hey,
But this is an interesting episode.
This is fun though, man. I like that we're starting this up, like so other cats in chairs and could kind of,
Tune in.
I've been.
I think it's kind of dope from y'all, the aspect of y'all two, because y'all two had nobody. Y'all had to figure it out. And then here I come along, y'all just giving me so much game. And it's like, man, I feel like I don't have no choice but to slide somebody that same game that y'all slid me. So I think it's kind of dope that we are doing this for that aspect of the whole, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about other stuff that, other experiences as well, but like I appreciate this moment that we're in right now because a lot of us didn't have, a lot of y'all didn't have the luxury of things that I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I appreciate it.
No,
like
for sure.
a great deal.
We're learning from each other.
Yeah.
We're learning from each
there's a
other.
lot of topics that we can. Just the fact that all three of us are self-employed. We make our own. We don't work for anybody. We work for ourselves. We just kind of are all grinders and hustlers.
Yeah,
and
That's a dope
and
topic.
like, how does that happen? Like,
That is a
with being in the
dope
chair,
topic.
like, how do you guys make your way around the world? Like, make your way around, like, and do all these things.
Absolutely.
And those are other topics that we could touch up on.
Topic.
It's and again, a lot of it's our mental, like our personality.
Yeah.
We
Come with different things.
There's on Facebook. Have you? Are you guys part of this? Like, on
No.
Facebook, there's this group, like spinal cord injury group. Oh, man, I read a lot of fucking depressing shit on
That's
there.
why I don't be.
Like, bro, it's sad, man. Like, sometimes I read up on it and I read some of the stories and people, and I'm just like, fuck, man. I'm like, sometimes I think about it. I was like, God damn, like, I'm just very thankful that, I'm not in that position, you know, like, and again, you don't know, is it because of the level of their injury or support system or what? And it's just,
I think it has to do with all of that.
and I'm just like, fuck. And some of the shit there is just like out of this, like something out of a fucking movie that you hear some of these,
You don't think actual people go through
some of
it.
these people vent about of what's going on in their life. And I'm just like, and like, as fucked up as it sounds, when I'm feeling a certain way, I'll go on that page and look through some shit, and I'm like, oh shit, I feel better about myself. As fucked up as it sounds, but it makes me like feel good about myself. Like. But anyway, that was off another topic.
It's
All
coming.
good. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
man. We definitely want to tell our subscribers we appreciate you guys,
I haven't had a sip of real Coke in a while.
and we appreciate you guys. This is our second episode. You're here with Adelpho, Leo, and together we're Jenesaisquoi. Until then, see you next time.